Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, began like any weekday morning in Lower Manhattan. Thousands of New Yorkers heading to work on a bright autumn day. Then, at 8:46, came news that an airliner had crashed into one of the Twin Towers at the World Trade Center.
There's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center.
We have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just...
We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan.
20 minutes later, a second airplane crashed into the second Twin Tower. President Bush first heard the news in Sarasota, Florida.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
Then at 9:40 that morning, a third plane crashed into the Pentagon.
You want to be careful here. We don't want to get too far ahead of this, but obviously this has all the appearances of an extraordinarily well-coordinated and devastating terrorist attack here in the United States.
This is CNN's Aaron Brown.
There were 100 moving parts to the story in the first 3 hours, 4 hours particularly, and I was just trying to make sure that we didn't get ahead of where it was, that we were right. And if we were a little slow on something, that was okay. It was okay to be slow. It was not okay to be wrong.
Then, just before 10 o'clock, as thousands of office workers fled from the Trade Center, the first tower collapsed.
There was a cascade of sparks and fire, and now it looks almost like a mushroom cloud explosion, this huge billowing smoke in the second tower. This was the second of the two towers hit, but just look at that. That is about as frightening a scene as you will ever see.
It was all playing out literally in back of me. There was no television studio between me and the event. It was right there. All I had to do was turn around, and I did many times that day with viewers.
30 minutes later, the second tower came crashing down.
We all just needed a moment to look at it and think about it, and nothing I could say was going to be as powerful as what they saw. Nothing I could add was going to make people feel better or frankly worse. It was all in front of them. I just thought it was a good time to be quiet and to take 5 seconds or 10 seconds to just let people feel it. Seemed like the right thing to do.
When a fourth hijacked plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania while possibly headed toward the White House, the sinister implications of the day's events were becoming all too clear.
Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
As they struggled to keep pace with the story that day, reporters and TV networks shared a sobering sense of purpose.
Everyone across the board got it, understood that this was history. We all shared pictures. None of us thought about competing that day. We just thought about doing this well.
As the day went on, fear and anger gave way to expressions of sympathy and sorrow.
And I'd ask the people of New York City to do everything that they can to cooperate, not to be frightened, to go about their lives as normal. Everything is safe right now in the city, and the people who are doing the relief effort need all the help they can get.
There were so many pictures that were all so powerful, and time has a way of changing what seemed powerful. At first, the power was in the buildings, the planes, the things. Now, when I think about it, it's the images of people, it's the firemen, it's the rescuers, it's that walking out of that scene covered in dust, carrying survivors.
That evening, President Bush spoke to the nation from the Oval Office.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them.
Americans would band together to face the consequences of a country transformed by terror. They would try to find their footing in a world whose freedom and security, peace and war, were now inextricably woven into the fabric of everyday life.
I told you twice, you never listen to my advice. Good kind treatment has ruined you. Won't get to heaven, I don't care what you do. I've seen you changing from day to day. Nothing ever gets in your way. Don't feel nothing for no one else. Take what you want, just help yourself. And now you want a revolution.